Hello. Oh, mine's loading. There we are, we're live. Woo, woo, woo. Let me do my tweet. Do that. Let me have a listen here. Hold on, bear with me. There we are, we're live. Yeah, we sound good. Space Pilgrim. Quietly wrong. Hello. Let us know in the chat if you can hear us, if you can't hear us. Although, whenever you say that, like, let us know if you can't hear us. They're not going to be able to let us know, are they? Like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to. Hello, 12. Yeah, I think we're all good. I think we're all good, Pablo. Evening, Sumo Ninja Burger. Yep, can everyone hear Pablo? Pablo, your skills writing with an imp are unrivaled. It's so good. Yeah, man. Yeah, when you did your chalkboard during Dreamscom. Oh, they can't hear you. Can they not hear you? Pablo, say some words. Oh, they can't hear you. Can't hear you. Yeah. Okay.
Hello? I think that's it. Maybe. Yes. I found. Hello. Yes. Okay. All right. Here we are. Sorry,
Yay!
everyone.
Success.
I found a mute somewhere It was very confusing because the icon is fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fine, it's sorted.
I learned something today.
Patience hyped. Well, hello everybody. Hopefully everyone can everyone hear Pablo and can everyone hear me?
Hello, hello, hello. And how are the volumes? Is everything all right?
Let's find out. Hello, hello. No one has answered my question. I need someone to answer. Yes, they can.
Yes, okay.
Yes. Okay, good.
Right.
Volumes are good.
It only took 8
Yes.
minutes to...
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Volume is lovely, Alistair says. So, J plus B says, sounds rad-tacular. Totally tubular.
Nice.
Yeah, give it a refresh if it's not working. Sorted, we are here. Pablo's here, Pablo's live. Happy Tuesday to everybody. It is Tuesday, isn't it? Yes. Happy Tuesday to everybody. Hope you're all doing well. We are here. Pablo's here. He's going to be showing off some of his Pablo's personal projects. You got a couple to show off, don't you, Pablo?
Yeah, just 2.
Yeah. So what is your first one?
Maybe this one. It's a bit
That one, Space
faster.
Pilgrim.
Delta Drift.
Delta Drift.
Yeah, so this I tried to do something like orbital mechanics kind of game.
Yeah.
And I couldn't, so I asked for help. Matt from work, he coded he made the logic for me to have an object orbiting a point, in a kind of realistic fashion. Because if you just use the force field, any force field or the zone and so on, words.
Yes.
I forgot the word. Anyway, the way it decays, the way when you get further from the planet, right? The way that the pull of the planet, the gravity of the planet decays is linear, whereas in reality is like a square something. I don't know. Anyway, so I just wanted to do something fun. And also, like Miguel showed me some graphics that he was making and inspired the style. And then I was just jamming with my brother, mi hermano, Álvaro, and I found this nice music from Gamerway 10. And I mean, let's just play for a bit. It's not that.
Yeah.
It's very simple.
Keko has a couple of questions as well.
Go for it.
So yeah, once you play, have a little play, and then I'll ask
Yeah.
you. They want to know about how a few bits work.
Oh yeah, of course, we're gonna go into it.
Yeah, it's so cool, man.
It's also open. I try to keep my logic tidy if you want to remix it.
Yeah, I love your style, Pablo. It's always so clean and like.
Well, it's inspired by
effective.
Yeah. Miguel gave me that kind of palette and that feeling. Right. So what we're doing here is picking up those little balls, and they refuel you. So you see the sparks going to the, how do you say that, gauge?
Yeah, gauge.
And if you just keep firing your thrusters, you run out of fuel. Right? So you have to pick them up and just survive, right? And then you can reset and so on. And that's the basics. Just survive the entropy.
Yeah.
And the tricky thing is that thanks to this orbital mechanics logic, it works a bit kind of like in real life, where your actions at one extreme of the orbit, so here on the left of the planet, they affect my orbit at the opposite side.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the second thing to consider is if I accelerate towards the direction. Sorry, is there a way to lower the volume of the game? I don't know if everyone can hear. I'm gonna try this.
I think people will be able to hear you. Let me have a listen to it quickly.
Just so, yeah.
Yeah, you're all good. All
right, that's good. So the other thing to consider is you can fire thrusters in the direction of travel. So that's prograde. Prograde is like this I'm doing now. I'm firing direction of travel.
Yeah.
And what that does is all counterintuitive. But anyway, that raises the orbit to a further distance from the planet. All right, but slows you down. That's just
Right.
that's how it works. And then if you fire your engines against the direction of travel, that is retrograde, your orbit at the other extreme will decay. Right? If I want to land on the planet, I slowly, fire my engines against the direction of travel, and
Yeah.
I will decay. And if I want to go higher, then I fire my engines prograde. And if anyone played Kerbal Space Program, this is probably familiar. But
the real DW in the chat is us Kerbal Space Program people have the advantage in this one.
yeah, exactly. So that's what I just wanted to do something like this. And then, of course, like this is just one planet. Then I was talking with my brother about maybe if you like fly out, if you get out of the gravitational pull of this planet, then you can travel to another one and something like that. But I didn't continue working on it yet. But yeah, anyway, for now it's just collect these little things, and when you collect 4, the color changes, and then you have 2 abilities that you can also pick up that they appear randomly sometimes, and the abilities allow you one ability allows you to pull the pickups from a distance. So from here, I could use the ability and attract that one there, and the other one shows that axis if I show the tutorial again, this line that connects the pickup with the center of the planet and then extends to the other side. Yeah. That is like a visual aid to know where in your orbit you need to do the maneuver, either prograde or retrograde.
Right, yeah, like a nice little... That makes sense.
Exactly. That's the basics of it. But yeah, and then CG Cody sent me a video that he made his own version of an orbiting mechanics, but even more accurate, because this one, for example, has a problem, which I'm going to call a feature, which is if I do nothing, my orbit will decay over time, and it will circularize over time. So, and that wasn't intended, but it's gonna, I'm gonna go with it.
A happy accident.
Exactly. But CG Cody made a version that he showed me on like a video, which I couldn't find. I don't know if he published it or what, but it was like so accurate, proper, orbital motion. It was amazing. It was beautiful. Yeah, and I love that. I suggest, like, by showing this, other people wanted to make this kind of games because orbits are so weird but interesting.
Yeah.
And yeah, so if anyone has more like ideas for, also I noticed the other day, I think Casey Jones was streaming this game, and he was having not a fun time because it's too hard to start with, and because of my fault communicating how to play and so on. So I made it a bit easier after seeing that. So thanks for the input there. I made it also that because he was passing very close to the pickups, and he was like, "Come on, pull it in," and I added that little feature where if you are just a certain distance, it comes to you.
And then you do get that nice like rubber band effect on the pickup, don't you? Where it sort of spins around.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's super lovely.
And this is a bit of an uncommunicated feature, or I don't know. I was like, I wanted this game to be forgiving. It didn't have a leaderboard at first, but then Alistair added it to high score collection. I was like, okay, fine, let's have a leaderboard and so on. So that was all like the last few days. I just added a few things.
You can't go wrong with a good leaderboard.
Yeah.
So Gecko had a couple of questions that may need a bit more clarity, Gecko, just after what you're asking. But they were asking, how do the face and shape buttons work, and how does the landing work? So I guess we saw the landing just a minute ago. So I guess what goes into like triggering that to happen?
What was the first question? The buttons?
How do the face and shape buttons work? So I guess Gecko, if you could mention like sort of
the what and the what?
That question a bit. The face and shape buttons. I'm wondering about gameplay, not logic. What do you mean by that then, in gameplay terms? The face and shape buttons. What is it you're exactly after? Um, triangle, cross, circle, square.
Oh, they
Oh,
don't.
if they
Yeah,
don't do anything, I'm assuming.
they don't do anything.
No.
Sorry, yes, they do. When you pick up, yeah, sorry, they do. I forgot my own game. You have these two abilities. The ability with the X, I think, is this one. It is what I was talking about. It displays this line that crosses the pickup and the center of the planet, and it just helps you aim, for your orbital point. And the other one, the circle one, is the attraction. It makes let's just play test it. If I switch it on and I put it right there, I think we could get away with that. I think this is what he was referring to. Sorry, yeah. So the circle button appears on the lower left next to the
Oh,
gauge,
I see.
indicating badly that you have this ability. So now I can use it, and it attracts from far away.
Okay. Is that the question you're asking there, Gecko?
That's what they do. And square and triangle could also be used for other abilities. So if anyone wants to suggest an ability, feel free to. I haven't worked on this for a while, but I want to come back to it.
Good. Yeah, I thought I thought I saw a triangle on the gas gauge, but I guess not if you've not used it for anything.
Maybe. Oh, the triangle. Maybe I did something. I don't know. But yeah, this here, for example, we have this.
Yeah.
I have already the camera following you around, so if I would add to another planet next to it, it kind of works already. So I think one idea would be to make more planets, have a little exploration game. Let's go. Oh,
off we go. No.
Yeah, that didn't work. I tried this the other day, and it's not as easy, but it's definitely possible to do it. But yeah, anyway.
And then the other question was the landing.
Yeah. So
what does that do during the game?
Refuels. It just refuels you. It's just like, okay, here's another chance. You landed.
Yeah.
Upright, and if you don't move for a while, then for a second or so, then this tower appears, and then the secondary function will be to bring you back to orbit. Which, funny enough, it's not the best way to bring you to orbit, because what it's doing is pushing you. It's pushing you radially, from the planet.
Yeah.
And if you do nothing, you just fall back down. That's just gravity, right? What it has to, if you want to get into orbit from the surface of a planet, you have to already start curving. You have to start turning, right? Because orbiting is like falling sideways. Basically,
it's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah. So I thought maybe the platform could be like, oh, hold on, this color. The platform could give you that kind of sideways push, but then that would be too easy. It just puts you up there, and then you can turn your ship and then waste a bit of the fuel into orbiting. But hopefully that is not too punishing. I mean, you're getting fuel for free, so you need to do a bit of work.
This is a forgiving galaxy.
Yeah, the goal was to make a forgiving game, not a challenging one. And
that might nice relaxing.
Yeah, it might render the leaderboard useless, or I don't know. Maybe people can find still ways to find challenge with this, because you could always land, refuel, and continue, right?
Yeah. Plus, you get that super satisfying little animation.
Yay!
Which is really cute and lovely.
Yeah.
It's so good, Pablo.
Thank you. I'm happy.
If anyone has any other questions about Space Drift, let us know. But you do have another game that you've been working on.
Yes. One thing I wanted to show is also related to the other game, is using the signal. I think this is very common by now anyway. But hold on. What am I talking about? Yeah. So when you pick up the the fuel bits, right? They just demonstrate it. They release a bunch of little dots, and then those dots fly away from each other.
Yeah, I've noticed
Something's going on
those.
there.
Yeah.
There, they kind of fly away from each other, and then they go towards the gauge, which incidentally is like over there.
Yeah.
Right. And I was trying to find like a physical way of doing it instead of keyframing it. So these are the bits, these three ones here. That's the fuel one. I'm just gonna power it on momentarily. And what it's doing is, first of all, is randomizing the size. And this is a technique I use a lot, and I think everyone uses. It's like you have a signal generator, which is putting out, as fast as possible, is putting out a random signal from 0 to 1. And then that signal goes to the manipulator, and then after a frame, so 0.03 seconds, that's like one frame, I think. It also works if you go like 0.1. That's fine. It freezes the output, which means it's going to remember whatever was going through there at that time, at the time that timer finishes. And then this keyframe shrinks down the sphere, and then so it will always like choose a random size, right? So then with the same, because my goal is with the same element, I want to have that flurry of spheres flying around, right? And then they must feel different from each other. So then the scale is randomized this way, and then they have this very simple follower system where at first they flee from each other. So it's fleeing that name, which is at the center of the fuel pickup, right? Is here somewhere. Fuel bit flee.
Fuel bit flee.
Yeah. So
that's what it says.
The particles are emitted there. Then it's like, oh no, I have to flee from there for a bit. And then after a while, then it's like, no, I actually have to follow the gauge. So they go into the gauge. And I found it very interesting to animate this way because it physically adds a bit of randomization, so every time the animation is different and so on. And I found that very interesting and nice to do. So from here, when you pick it up, what it's doing is emitting like 15 of these particles that I showed before. And these particles, they have random size. Another thing is that I'm randomizing where these particles appear. So this input here from the scene, from the emitter, scene space transform, I'm taking the coordinates of the middle of that pickup, and then the position, the transform, is going through this microchip, which is simply I'm splitting that output, that input, sorry. I'm taking the position, splitting it again. So we have X, Y, and Z. And then I'm just adding up whatever is on the generators, which is a random number from, in my case, minus 0.1 to 0.1. So that's gonna, and then connect everything together and wire what that's gonna do, if I just bring that out like that, that's gonna take that coordinate, that emitting point in space, and it's gonna jitter it like that, right? And that's why it produces like this, right? Like these particles appear at slightly different positions, so they can then fly in different directions, and you have this kind of explosion. If anyone knows a better way to do this, let me know, because I'm sure there is. This is the way I found out to do it. But I'm sure people have come up with really brilliant stuff to do this stuff. Right. So then, we can move on to the next game. But I found that interesting.
A lot of love for your very well organized microchips and logic.
Thank you.
It is key.
It is key. Yeah. Well, maybe more or less. There is some mess every now and then, especially if
Yeah,
when you
we look
continue.
past that though, don't we?
But at least
We look past that.
exactly, at least you can name everything, right?
Yeah, as long as everything's named, then
Yeah,
you know
and,
that helps.
and give yourself debug tools. That is, tools to skip tutorials, to to tweak the settings, to give you infinite fuel, stuff like that. Just
Oh, nice tip. Yeah, it's just for playtesting and everything, right?
playtesting, exactly. Um, or if you want to playtest, something further on, then make yourself some tools to give you easy access to, to the next levels and so on. Like
Yeah,
if I
so you
want to
don't have to
go,
play through your game each and every time.
exactly. Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
we can
Tab
move on.
says that's a good logic-y way. An alternative is to just shake the gizmo with an action recorder and make it high speed.
That is absolutely possible. But because, yeah, you have to be inside a group because this one is not a group, it's just a sculpture because
Of
whatever,
course.
laziness. It would kind of stay in that coordinate of space. But
Hmm.
I think the action recorder is a great idea, actually. It's the most dreams way of doing it. So what that means is, right, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
if you take an emitter, if you take an action recorder, you can either jiggle that, and that will effectively emit those objects, during that. That's it, like done, finished.
Such a dreams way of doing it, isn't it?
Exactly. You can also jiggle the gadget itself. I don't think you can do it with if you have a directional. I wish you could do it with the arrow, but what you do is you snap this to an object and then rotate the object like that. But yeah, action recorder for the win. Really, really, really useful.
Hmm.
Often I'm like making it complicated, and it's like, you know what? You can just do it with the action recorder. Yeah. Ooh,
Yeah,
that could
it's
be
one
a.
of the,
Sorry.
no, I was gonna say it's one of those. It's the quick and easy way, isn't it? You
Exactly.
tend to start thinking a lot more complex, and then you're like, oh wait, I could just do this.
Yes, exactly. And the last tip of this scene is that the grading, well, the way the sky works. I showed this in that stream, I think, in the
Hmm. On the autistic one.
right. So the sky has this color, and that means the sun is at 0%, right? If I increase the sun brightness, you're gonna see everything, obviously. But when it's at
Mm-hmm.
0, it's only the sky that is lighting up the scene, right? And it's lighting it up and it's tinting it with this color. So if you have a white object, look at this. It looks as if it's um, invisible. Hold on.
Hmm.
No, what's going on? I think it's not exactly white. I think you have to find the kind of tone of gray.
Oh no.
Something has changed. The matrix has changed. Because, yeah, no. Now I can't remember what exactly was. Oh, sorry.
Oh no. You're right, man. Okay.
I think it was the glow. Yeah. Anyway, you can when the sky is the only light source, then you
Yeah.
can try to find that point where your object disappeared in the background. Something is different. Can't find it now.
Dream tricks.
I think that's it. I think it just needs to be a bit on the background. Yeah. So how does this work? How does it work with this one? I mean, it's almost invisible, right? So I could say good
Yeah.
enough, but I know there's a way.
But good enough is not good enough, is it, for you?
There. I think that's like, it's almost there. And it hasn't. Interesting. Oh well. Yeah, just a suggestion to fade sculpts onto the background when you have this kind of sky. That's just a way to do it. But I failed now for some reason. Right, let's move on to.
Quickly.
No, I mean, I admit I don't know half of the things I'm saying.
It all works. As long as it works, Pablo, that's what matters, isn't
Exactly.
it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So
Space Pilgrim.
this is another game working on for a long time now. It all started back when I was in Germany studying game development with my good friend Milan. We were trying to come up with ideas for our thesis and so on, and I wanted to do something which was a 2D space exploration, and you have a little ship, and you have a bit of orbital mechanics, and you can land on planet, something like that.
Yeah.
That, of course, it evolved when I started working on this, as all games do. They just, they want to be something else that you never thought about, never thought of.
Yeah, you have to let them go with the flow.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna load a version that is, I think, this one. Let's just play. So, yeah, I mean, that's the tutorial.
That's so cool.
You
Look
get
at that. That
you get
looks
a
so
little.
good, man.
So it's try to anticipate what you have to do instead of, I don't know. The game should be designed in a way that is intuitive to find these things. But
Looks so good.
yeah,
Everyone's loving this.
So the goal is to explore this universe where you will find like instruments or some kind of sound types that you can then reproduce. So you can play, and then you can find a friendship, and then you can sing with the friendship the things you learn. Not everything works there, but anyway. And at the very beginning, I was brainstorming a lot with Hates Me DG. So DG really helped me at the beginning.
Oh,
Just
nice.
lots of ideas, really good stuff. So what I've got for now is like you can finish the game, you can play through, but it's lacking many mechanics in between, right? And sound design. So my brother helped me with the music and the sound design. But yeah. So you start with the tutorial with the controls. You can move about. You have this
Oh, dude,
pulse.
that's so cool.
You can open your radar.
This is so cool, man.
And then
everyone's loving it.
You can dial with L1 and R1.
Yo, that rate, dude. What?
And then you can turn around and see in the radar, what which direction you have to follow, right? It's telling you that signal is over there. Let's just go and check it out.
Pablo, look at this. This is so cool, man.
Thanks, Tom.
How? I want to. We'll get to questions in a minute. I need to know how that radar is working because that is amazing.
We're gonna break it apart definitely. I published this already.
Awesome.
It's also remixable. Just take it apart.
Of course it is.
I also tried to make my best in having tidy logic. Ooh,
yeah.
We arrived somewhere.
I'll grab some In Dreams links for people.
Right. Oh! Ouch! Sorry. I'm gonna close the radar because I think we are very close now. There it is. So now if I stop my ship, then it has this little microphone. And we are learning.
So good.
We learned something. We can use the joystick to change the sound of our instrument. So we learned up and down joystick, but it's not very effective with the regular instrument that I have. We have to keep exploring to find more instruments. So let's open the radar, go to the next.
This is beautiful, Pablo.
Let's get out of that. I want to listen to the sound and see if I like it. Yeah, let's go there. Or actually, our solar panels kind of tell you how close something is. So we can scan for things that are a bit closer. No, I think that's fine. I think this is... we are back at my home planet. What's that, Tom?
I found the In Dreams link to this scene that you published.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
I've just popped that in the chat. This is so cool, man.
Yeah, there we go. Solar panels are saying we are getting closer and closer. Although that it looks like it's being recharged, so I don't know. This game has been like I just want to learn stuff, learn
Yeah.
dreams, and make systems. And I'll show you in a moment how it's doing some stuff that is not necessary for this kind of game, but I just wanted to do it. Right. For example, the planets are generated somehow. Every time you play, they're different. Okay, we arrive at another totem. And we learned a new instrument. Circle plus D-pad. So press circle, and it opens a little mouth on the body of the ship.
It's so cool.
And we can
my God, it's so cute.
sing. We can sing through it.
How cool does that look?
And then we can, because we learned already the right joystick up and down, we can modify the sound and the look. I'm gonna get away because it doesn't. Yeah, sound design still has a lot of work. It's not very clear sometimes what's making what sound. I'm moving the joystick down and to the left. Well, left and right doesn't do anything now, but yeah.
You've blown a fair few minds in the chat, Pablo.
Thank you. And so on. Let's see if we can find another instrument. Yeah, I think that's another instrument.
I've never seen anything like this in Dreams.
Oh, thank you. This makes me very happy. Actually, let's go straight to meeting our friendship. I know already that this frequency has something. It looks blue. It looks different. Let's see what's in there. And meanwhile, while you're traveling, you can just jam. Oh, we're here.
I love this so much.
We are entering a nebula or something. Oh, hello.
Oh, wow.
Something's there.
This is cool. So this is all like randomly, like, are you generating it randomly, or is it all set for the same?
It's too shy. This robot, the friendship is very shy.
Oh.
I need to like be gentle. I think if I look at it, sometimes it gets embarrassed.
Oh, feel I can sympathize.
So you have to like sing a bit, and just wait until it comes to you. It should repeat what you. It should repeat what you sing, but it doesn't work very well right now.
Oh, I could call and response. Oh, it's coming. Go on, you got this.
Aha! Now he's giving us our quest.
This is so cool. Look at that! Oh! I'm getting emotional at this. This is so cool, man.
And the quest is not very clear yet. Sorry. I have to work on that stuff. But yeah, we missed our totem, so we found the friendship here. But I can hear there is something nearby. Maybe not. Anyway, I don't want to take more time. I want to jump into the how. But yeah, so there's the last signal on the dial. It's something creepy, and if you pay attention to what the friendship tells you, then you can solve the puzzle, I guess. Even though it's not a puzzle, I don't know. I think ideally I would love to implement some kind of Simon Says mechanic where there's also something I did just at the beginning, which doesn't have any purpose. Is you can make those loops, and then you can just go through them. That's it. So yeah, give it a try and leave some feedback. What am I doing? Yeah, so let's jump on edit mode. And
So good, man.
thanks, man.
So good. Ghost
And
Root says, our feedback so far, we are crying. It's so
amazing.
cool.
Thanks a lot, really. Right, so I've shown all the hidden objects, so you see a bit the workspace.
Yeah.
And I'm
Pixie
gonna
just says, there's the mess.
yeah, it's a kind of organized mess, but this is the play area. It's surrounded by this nebula, where if you get closer to it, you get a warning or something annoying that asks you to go back to the play area. You can continue, but then there's nothing there. Sorry, I'm spoiling this for everyone, but this is a jam. I hope I don't spoil too much.
You're fine. You're all right. I think people are more than happy to look into the workings. On these streams.
But yeah, these are the totems that you can find. Each one gives you an instrument or a filter, so you can use the right joystick to change. With a filter, you can change the sounds of your ship. Here's some like nested stuff for the radar. You wanted to see how the radar works.
Yeah.
All right, let's. Hold on, let me disable all that. I think this one has good debug tools. If we go here, debug, and we can do intro off, unlock all. I think all off. And turbo, you can give yourself some extra speed just to get to the places you want. There we go. So now if I just go into orbit.
Ghost Root says, I didn't know you could have a crush on a game.
Thank you. Right, so the radar is now open and we can take a look.
Sure.
The radar is, I forgot what it is. Let's see. So this is like the strokes. If I remove filters, right? No, it's the same. Let's turn on to the lighting, perhaps. No. Okay. So it's a combination of different paintings, really.
Right.
And then and then I'm just playing with the effects of those paintings and with the. Oh, this one is attached here because this one is the indicator of there's a gravitational field nearby. I rewinded. I always do that. Sorry.
It's fine. It's okay, Pablo. It's okay.
I think
there's a weird sort of like natural response, isn't there, to just click down the button.
Oof. Yeah, it's so hard to resist.
Yeah.
I'm putting my thumb away now. Yeah, so the radar is. Oh, where are you going? Let's slow down. All right, that should work. I'm just using. You can see how simple it is. That one, that green base.
Yeah.
Is using the pulse, and it's 100%. So if you have it short, you can clearly see what's going on there, right? Just using the pulse. I think the trick here is the way you draw it. So I think that the way I drew it, I started here on the left, and then I went all the way around using the clone tool, and then I duplicated that like down and scaled down, right? So because I drew it that way, then when you animate it, it does this scanning effect. I mean, that's it really. It doesn't have anything else here.
So
that's
cool.
how this one there. And then, of course, what you always have to do is, or like a nice thing to do is duplicate and then change things. For example, you can see that one has a very short pulse, this one here. But when you overlay it, then it feels like it has a head. For example, I'm just going to do it now. I can duplicate this one, but I'm going to duplicate it right where it is. So I'm not going to move the controller a lot. I'm just going to click, and now it's duplicated. Now we got 1 and 2. So the second one I make the pulse shorter, and if I make it brighter, just so we can see what it is, actually change the color perhaps. Then when you play, you're gonna get that head of the scanner. There you go. And it's so nice to just layer effects like this. It's really powerful. Yeah, and then
Good
yeah,
man.
this bar up there, and then when I am animating the scanning, I think I'm changing. Yeah, I'm changing the density, and so it feels like it's like moving one way and the other. Super nice.
Right.
That's a happy accident, kind of.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah. Ooh, it could be a nice
It's
rainbow.
such a convincing effect as well. Like
Yeah, and then
it
of
just
course,
looks legit.
yeah, thanks. And then you can distort, of course. All these effects are so powerful. You can distort it to be anything.
Yeah. Yeah, paint, and like just flexing are definitely the
OP.
yeah, yeah, I guess so. Of dreams, just like there's so much possibility with them, that you wouldn't like. You'd never. I would have obviously I would never have, but like making a radar out of that is not something that I consider. Oh mate, it's so good. I'm so
um,
enamored by this.
it's been very fun.
It's really exciting. It's super exciting. I guess if anyone's got any questions, or if Pablo, you've got anything
Oh
in
yeah.
this that you
Oh
very
yeah. I have.
particularly want to show,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah,
Like
show us.
the useless thing. So you could say, because it's a very small universe here, you could just create your planets and your places in a authored way, you know. But
Yeah.
when I started, I just decided I wanted to see if I could do a planet generation system where the universe is populated by planets and each one looks a bit different.
Hmm.
And that's what I did. And it wasn't the most efficient way or whatever, but I had fun doing it. I do have like other places like this is unique. The kind of asteroid thing is also unique. The nebula is unique. But most of the planets are generated with this system that goes as follows.
Mm.
Again, this is all like learning and not the most efficient way. So I have, first of all, I'm emitting the planet uh, spawner, right? Which is this box here. I'm gonna hide everything except that, just so there we go, remove a bit of clutter. This box, it's, if you see here, I'm again randomizing the coordinates x and y. Okay, so this box
Yeah.
effectively is zipping all of the place. All right,
Exactly like that.
exactly like that. When it does that, um, it checks, am I near? Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, because it's two stage. Okay, so the first stage is this spawner just going around. Um, let's ignore the rest here. Then what it does, it asks, am I near a planet? So it has this trigger zone, right?
Hmm.
And when it detects that there is a planet nearby, that is, the planet has a microchip with a tag that says planet, um, then it says, yeah, I'm near a planet. So when it does that, it says, oh, no, and it gets destroyed. And because it's these same objects being spawned all over, only those which are at sufficient distance from any other planet will survive. And when they survive, then they emit the actual planet. Is that does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. You good.
Very
You
simple
good.
stuff, right? And then the planet itself has a bit of logic to randomize the how it looks, right? So if I rewind and play, we're gonna see the atmosphere and the surface changing colors. And it's also the same
Mm.
system where you have, sorry, a bit disorganized here. You have a signal generator, and it's creating a very rapid pulse from 0 to 1. Not pulse, sorry, signal. So it's going 0 to 1 very quick. And then after, a fraction of a second, it's going to freeze the output. So we're going to remember that. And then that's wired to a timeline. And it goes
Okay.
from one to the other. I use timeline instead of two keyframes with a not gate because the atmosphere, for example, I wanted like very precise colors. So each keyframe, I changed the color to one I liked in the atmosphere, which atmosphere is a text gadget. It's just placed behind the planet. That's why it's like so smooth, like the gradient is very smooth. So then every time the planet is spawned, then it randomizes the color of the atmosphere and the surface, and then some other parameters like the waxiness. It has some other stuff like the fleck type, the waxiness, and something else that I didn't name here. Mal, Pablito. I should name everything. And now I don't know what this is.
Oh, you've let yourself down now, Pablo.
Ay, ay, ay. Anyway, so this mad system that took me forever to do, I just did it because I wanted to. Like, I didn't need to, but I found that that's how I want to play Dreams. I want to do crazy stuff that is useful for me, or maybe not useful, but useful to me for me to learn.
Yeah.
To learn the tools, not necessarily serving the purpose of the game. I thought of deleting that and then doing, proper authored planets. But I mean, I had that already and it works, so I changed. And another ridiculous thing I did that it doesn't work right now is your friendship. It used to repeat after you, not just repeat after you. It used to memorize what you like 4 bars of what you're singing, and then repeat those to you with some variation.
Sure.
But I don't think it works now. Yeah, so I made a kind of live sequencer, if you will, where it will store. I even forgot how it works. Yeah, so it has some logic here. Where is it? Memory. There we go. The memory, each beat of the music beat.
Yeah.
It has a microchip, and the microchip is listening to each ping. The ping is the D-pad button that you press when you sing, and then it listens to that and says, "Okay, I'm gonna remember that, right?"
What?
And then that works per beat, right? If you wanted to, and then of course the same timeline is played back when it's gonna play. Oh, I see now. I just have it. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Each memory is a bit inefficient, but whatever. It's listening to the instruction write. So the sequencer is split in 2 halves. The first half is listening, so writing, and the second half is playing back, right? So the memory here in the first half is indicated to write. So it is listening to the song, to the buttons that you play, and is storing them in counters per beat. Now that gets looped, played back again. It's a loop timeline, so I just stretch it to the second half of the big timeline, and we get the same one with that memory, right? So when I'm here in the second timeline, I'm really reading what it was written before, right? And now I'm listening. There is somewhere indicate play. I forgot what it is, but there is something here like a signal, a wireless receiver is listening to the signals that the memory now is putting out. So I'm gonna give an example. If I don't think it works, sorry, but I'm just gonna do it like this. So if I play in this beat, if I play, one button here, it gets stored in that counter, which activates that wireless transmitter. And then when I'm playing back, every beat, when the timeline reaches this beat, it's gonna see that this signal transmitter wireless transmitter is activated, and it's gonna play that sound. I hope that made sense.
Yes. My mind hurts a little bit, but it
Sorry,
makes sense.
It's fine.
So good, I
forgot how it works.
It's very clever.
But it was very fiddly and not understanding, so I scrapped that, or I just powered it off. And right now, what it's doing, I think, is just it repeats exactly what you say, but with a bit of delay. And the delay is the delay is synced to the tempo of the global music, because there's a background soundtrack which has a tempo, and everything in the game is synchronized to that tempo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. And it's all rounded off with a pun on friendship, which is, man. Oh, Pablo. Oh,
It's so
it's
cute,
so
isn't it?
good, man. It's so adorable.
Look at it go.
It's very clever and very brilliant. Look, I want to give it a hug. Can you give Chips hugs?
You should be able to do it,
Yeah.
or pet
Yeah.
it. Can you pet the bot?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe the little blue bits can be a little bit like nice to stroke or something.
Yeah, because right now
Yeah.
it avoids you, right? But maybe it should
Yeah.
let you get close enough. Aw, don't
It's
go.
so good, man. No, come back.
I'm gonna sing a
Oh,
lot.
bless it.
I'm gonna try to attract it by singing a lot.
Yeah. Oh, so good, man. I love the effect of the singing, like the purple stuff that comes out. It just looks so good. Oh, it's trying.
Come on.
It wants to do
Yay!
it. Yay! It's just so good, man.
Yeah, this game gave me a lot of pleasure while making it, and headaches,
It's
but mostly
so
pleasure.
cute. Oh, I love it.
Thank you.
I love it so much. Oh. Before we wrap up, Ghost Street was
Yeah.
asking about the lighting in this.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's gorgeously lit. What is it? Is everything lit by a particular thing, or is it all like some people assuming it's just the the sun in the back is lighting everything? But
I
how have
forgot.
you gone about?
I really
You
forgot.
forgot? Yeah, fair enough.
Hold on. So I think this is self-glowing. Nope. Oh, it's just waxy. All right. Yes.
Right.
There
Yeah.
is not that sphere, of course, but there is the sun gadget that is point. I can just find it. There's a sun gadget that is pointing from that general direction, and I think
Yeah.
the sun is huge, so we get that nice crescent light on the planets and on the ship. So let's see. Where are you? Huh. Why is it in debug? No, I don't approve myself. Right. So yeah, no, I don't know where it is. You're gonna have to trust me.
It just is.
I think if I
yeah.
if I find the camera, I put it somewhere. Lighting, grading. Here we go. Right. So this, there you go. The sun is like the side of the sun is big.
That big old sun
is in that general direction, but it's not visible, right? So if we here it is. If I tweak it, come here. There it is. If I tweak it and say sun visible, that's the actual sun. It's just that huge thing in the sky.
there it is. Yep.
Yeah, but I obviously
yep.
don't want that. But that creates that nice crescent light everywhere.
That's what causes that, yeah.
Then it's a bit waxy. The ship, for example, is a bit waxy, and that means that we get to see, the color of the ship. Yeah, there you go. If it's metallic, it's just completely dark, so it's a bit waxy. And I try to do like that. The ship as well. The friend ship is also waxy. Obviously, the blue bits are glowing a bit, and then the planets are also, I think, a bit waxy. Yeah. Yeah, to get a nice color. It's nice and smooth, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so good. Sorry, there was one more question from Tab. Tab was asking about he would like to see it build the planets.
Of course.
It happens. Could
you
show us?
This is the big. That's the most important thing. Whoop, where am I? I want to edit the scene, please. All right. Yeah, no, absolutely. Sorry, I was meant to show that.
No, no, it's
Um,
fine. You're fine.
okay, so the planets are populated, are like spread out, but then there's this green thing that you're gonna see in a moment what it does. What it does is populate it with vegetation, and also it places down, it deploys the totems in a random order. So these totems are also spread out in a random order in the planets and the comets and the broken thing. Um, uh, where are we? So these rocks and grass that you see on the home planet here,
Mm.
they are also um, planted on the planet. So I found the most dreams way to do it, which is after the planets are spawned, this green circle, just watch that green circle go around. I'm just gonna press play and you're gonna see it. So now
Right.
I'm gonna pause here. The planets have been planted, right? You saw them appear. Let's do that
Yep.
again.
There they go.
Bloop, 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 bloop. Then they also
That's super cool.
the asteroid and so on. Then watch the green circle. Oh, look at it! Look at it go!
Oh wow.
Look at it go!
Yeah. Wow. Oh wow.
Again.
There it goes. Oh, that's so cool.
Let's see if we can catch it. Oh, it's too fast.
It's so fast. There it goes. That's
Anyway,
so cool.
so it goes around. Oh, look at it! It planted here our friendship. It goes around the planet, emitting the grass or whatever it decides with a random selector. It decides that this one
Yeah.
has grass, then it plants grass. And then when it finishes with the vegetation, then it plants the totems, right? The totems.
Yeah.
And in this case, our friendship all alone is the last one of its species. This is like in honor of all the poor friendships that didn't survive or something. I don't know. You can make
Oh,
up the
bless
story.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
Maybe no. I think the story is more like they were trapped in this dimension, and you have to help it get out. And currently, you can do that. So if you play the game and kind of make
Yeah.
a tremendous effort understanding my bad tutorial and my bad
Oh, it's amazing.
the quest, when it tells you the quest, you have to decipher that. Yeah.
All right, Pablo, so good.
Thank you,
Thank
man.
you for sharing these. Thank you for showing us these.
My pleasure.
This is awesome. Oh, brilliant. Well, thank you, dude.
Thanks, everyone.
I think everyone's blown away a little bit. I think everyone's needs to come down now. Chill. People very excited. A load of people loving it. Everyone's saying thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
So yeah, this is the main scene is available to play. Space Drift is available to play. Delta Drift is available to play. Sorry.
Yes.
Pablo is fantastic. We will no doubt have Pablo back on another stream
Oh.
soon. I want to say happy birthday. It's Andy Mation B's birthday today.
Nice.
As I've
Happy
just
birthday,
seen
Andy.
on Twitter. Happy birthday, Andy. Hope you're having a good day. We shall be back on Thursday with a community creation stream. In the meantime, have a great week. Thank you all for watching. Happy birthday, Andy. We shall see you later.
Happy birthday.
Oh, there it is. Look, the man is unrivaled. Unrivaled with his writing. Oh, it's cute. Yes.
Party.
Oh, yay. Boom.
Right. Have a nice one, everyone. I really
Have a
enjoyed
nice
this.
one, guys.
Thanks so
Bye,
much for the
bye.
feedback. Bye.
Bye.
And now it's the awkward moment when I find the button. Where is it? Found it. Okay. Bye.
Bye.